Hello there, welcome back to another episode of Weapon Insights. Today we are going to talk about our newest acquisition, a gift from the devs and especially useful for everyone that pre-ordered Witchfire on Steam or Epic. And why is that? Well, the gun can be obtained for early access users as soon as they have 5000 Witchfire to unlock the magical barrier, research Gnosis 1 and then unlock the vendor for another 2500 Witchfire. You can then pick it up from the upper floor in the vendor's room. And since you can upgrade to Gnosis 1 rather quickly, it is the perfect combo early on with, for example, Shockwave from the Shadow class or your first medium range weapon, Research Hunger. Then pair it with Bell, which is the first heavy spell to unlock, and you have a very strong beginner combo. But not only that, this is even the late game build already. So all you have to do is level up your stake, Bell, Shockwave and a secondary gun of your choice, and you're well suited for every encounter in the game. Striga is unique in its gameplay because it's the only gun that doesn't have hit scan, but bullet velocity. In this case, stake velocity. It also introduces a new gun type, the stake gun. So maybe we get more of those. It is also the first weapon in the game with dual elements, fire and air. But it comes with a little downside. Since it isn't hit scan, you need to know enemy movement sets to hit on distances due to the bullet velocity, or get in close to mid-range with the possible effect of not triggering the M2 and M3 effects. So let's have a look at the Mysteriums and then, I already spoiled it in the intro, try to pair it with some gear. Alright. The Mysteriums are pretty straightforward. The whole gun plays around increased stun damage. So always dodge to shoot soul sigils, use your Bell, Shockwave or Lightning Bolt to stun enemies, then kill them with Striga. And this is also why Striga is absolutely insane. With a little bit of spell recharge, your enemies won't even be able to attack you, because you can literally keep them in stun lock. When you fire Striga from a medium range, the stake will ignite mid-flight and apply a burn shockwave to all the enemies on the M2 Mysteria. And on M3, critical hits will also burst out lightning bolts. That is why I said you could combine it with Stigma Diabolicum. In the background you can see that I chose to play with Shockwave. And the reason for that is that you can just go and stun enemies with it, then move backwards to make sure you trigger your M2 and aim easily for critical hits. And have a look at that. Pinning an enemy to the wall is simply such a beautiful thing. Man, this makes so much fun. For my run, and please keep in mind this run was pre-nerf of Hangfire, I paired Striga with Hangfire, Whisper, Shockwave, Cursed Bell, Blood of a Banshee, but as I said, Eye of the Madwoman works well too, Civet Ear goes as well, Henbane and Crown of Fire. I chose Blood of a Banshee because of the high Striga damage, which means overkill damage. And if you pick the right prophecies and get the right arcana, you can even extend that further. There are actually a lot of combinations that work, so I can only show you two of them. At the beginning of the video, we started with an encounter where I used Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt will stun minor enemies for us, and this is more or less exactly what we want. It's a nice combo and works pretty well. But since Shockwave recharges so fast, I decided to go with Shockwave. If you don't mind getting closer to the enemies, you can stun them, move or dash backwards, and profit. Lightning Bolt is definitely a safer variant and a totally viable version. Due to the M3 Arcana, Striga could also be paired with Stigma Diabolicum for a larger weak spot, so it's easier to trigger the Lightning M3. But this will add a third element affecting the possible Arcana, and you need to be able to land your shots, which can be difficult due to the set slow bullet velocity. So in my opinion, pair Striga with Shockwave or Lightning Bolt and a single target damage weapon. It can be everything like Echo, Psycho Pump or Cricket. Hunger or Hangfire as an addition are also great for single target damage, even though Hangfire received a nerf recently, so maybe go with Hunger instead. You can also add in Severed Ear for shockwave stun on reload, but I think Banshee is fine. So the rotation goes as follows. Set the bell so the enemies are stunned. Then dash, kill enemies with Striga. Shoot the bell with Hunger or Hangfire and continue with Striga. If the bell runs out and did not recharge in time, go in and stun again with his shockwave, then again continue with Striga. If you paid attention, I never used my demonic weapon, but in this case we can make very good use of Whisper for a third stun, especially when Whisper gets a buff, so it works on bosses again too. But at the current patch, Whisper is not working properly, so I avoided using it. With the last enemies, we could already see the damage potential of Striga, which is so much fun. But I didn't even get close to the possible numbers. Look at this screenshot from the official Discord. Kudos to Subject to Change for more than 1200 damage. I love it. Even though I didn't reach 4-digit damage numbers, I still hope you give this video a like. And after I destroyed 2 warrior priests with absolute ease, you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. That's it for today. As always, have a good one. You're still there. I wasn't quite done yet, but the next encounter is a prime example of how to make use of Striga with Crown of Fire. Thank you for watching, guys. You are awesome.